Good morning. Checking out my screen, and yeah, just as I do that, of course, it's coming up with not all the green bars. It's got a few little yellow ones, rather. So interesting how technology works. Up and down, round and round it goes. We're here for the Daily Lenormand card spread reading, and I'm Rosboundy, psychic medium, and continuing onward with, I'm hoping this goes all right because it's still, the quality looks to be dropping. We'll keep progressing. I'll switch over to the cards and we can get into the reading. Here we've got them. We have Kylie here as well, saying good morning and hi. Yes, you've got you both times, so that's good. So wonderful to have you here. I am going to keep moving because I have a client early today, so we'll get going. The light does look like it's faded out the colours a little, and I did set up the stuff to look better. Whatever it is what it is, isn't it? And I've put my beautiful little crystal sphere sitting there on the dragonfly. I'll just show you what that looks like, a dragonfly stand. Isn't it beautiful? It's just not showing up like it needs to, for not needs to, but like it normally does. And I've totally wrecked my line up there. Anyway, that's all right. Here we've got our card spread. We've got the young man in the home space. We've got the fish in the workspace, which is yay. We've got the sun up the top in the unexpected. We have the books there in the arrow, and we've got the mask in that central outlook, central part. So it's a great one there. Oh, cool. That's a beautiful little mandala there. Nice to see. I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks like a very lovely name because it looks beautiful like the mandala. Wonderful to see you here. It's a name I haven't seen before. So thank you and blessings to you. So here we have, and we do have some that were here yesterday, which was the book and the sun. So that's pretty nifty. A little different placements. The sun is. I'm pretty sure we had the book in that space yesterday. So wonderful. Good morning, Sharon. How are you this morning? So here we've got the young man. By the positioning of the card, he's actually looking outwards, but I think that's also and reflecting back on what is, a past time. So I think what we can do is bring that energy of the young masculine into what is reflecting on what we've had in the more physical sense of what we've come from in our home space, that I'm feeling is the more, just feel where we've been, where have we lived, what sort of experiences have we had in that more physical and solid type of a experience as we've grown up, as we've experienced those interactions with our relatives, with our grandparents, with cousins, uncles, aunts, all of that we've had as children, and bringing that into our experience of knowing things that we've played with in that childhood into our adulthood, into the young adulthood, and then progressing it to, well, what have we actually learned and grown into as our present moment person, in being who we are. Feeling that strength of who we are as we are actually looking back and reflecting, but knowing that experience is why we are who we are now. And how strong are we? Sometimes I think we do doubt how all of that past really is important to where we are in our present. And it's actually here, it's just such a nice casual stance on a lovely stall. And yes, the young man is holding a red rose. So it's giving that love to what is our past, even though I know for some people the past hasn't been as pleasant as you'd probably have hoped, and you see others who seem to have had better. And good morning, Melina, how are you? So, but that's not your experience, and that is absolutely fine, because none of us know exactly what others have experienced in their day-by-day life. We only see from the outside. The only person we can be accountable for is ourselves. And that's where I think it's probably a bit of time to do a little bit of reflection on that in our home space. Good morning, Sarah. I was almost going to call you Sharon. It's lovely to see you here, Sarah. Yeah, we are unique. Feel into that, and so is our home space. And don't go comparing it to others. Just create what you need for you, where you are, what situation you live in. Make it the best it can be. And, it's only you that can know that. Okay. Here we're moving over into our workspace, because remember, I've switched them around from what the original layout used to be. For me, this now, it is the workspace. It's the abundance. You look at fish in a Lenormand deck, and it really does ooze abundance. We've got the lush grasses in this ocean space. We've got the school of fish swimming around. I suppose as humans, we look at them probably more as food source, but you look at how they actually are part of that ecosystem of what is oceans and waterways, bringing in some of that on that more, the spiritual level, the emotions, being able to feel to the depths of what is our soul, even as we are working with other people, because it is still that connection and relationship that we have with others that we're needing to be mindful of today. But it's feeling into that for workspace, that there's an abundance in it, that you can flourish in whatever project or whatever task you have through your day. Do it with diligence, in connection with others. It's teamwork. There's never any standing alone in what you do. I know that can be a little bit different for the solopreneurs like myself, the solo operators, therapists working from home and all that, because I've gone through that. G'day, Sarah. Lovely to see you this morning as well. Thanks for popping in. So bring the differences that you are as the individual in a solo working place into that connection with your clients through the day, even if it is via the technology that we have, which is what I do. So I'm bringing that more and more into this type of connection, because it's what I have. It's what I'm able to do. And it's a wonderful way to get interacting with other people as well anyway. We've got the Zoom, we've got the meeting places that can be very private on internet connection. So, there's so many different ways. I really do like the one-to-one still. So, that's the type of client I have this morning that's early. It's why I'm not going to be dragging my feet much. Well, I'm hoping not. I still got to have brekkie. So we're moving from there into that wonderful sunshiny essence that is. And we do remember from yesterday that beautiful smile that this sundial is putting forward and glowing your stuff. Also the golden light factor of what the sun puts out compared to that beautiful soft bluish colour light that the moon reflects from the sun. That nurturing type. This is really a sustaining type and getting it glowing out there and all. So, oh goodness, we have a person popping in. Hi to Refo, whatever your name is. Nice to see you popping in from Twitch. Thank you. And I think that showed up, didn't it? Did it? Yeah, it did. I just wonder where I'm clicking then, because it's such a different avatar. So, and the yellow of that's reflecting in the sun there. Look at that. Yes, thank you for that. It did. So here we go. Put the sunshine in your day. It's going to pop up many times through your day, I'm suspecting, even though as I'm looking out my window, it's looking pretty overcast in the distance, looking like dark clouds, but possibility, I think, of the sunshine. It's still shining over that way on the east. We did have the books here, as you can see. Did you see the yellowness of that colour change on the cards? The sun did shine just at that moment. Now that's funny. You can see the glow of it. quite different. I like having the natural light here in my as one of my light sources. I find it's just, what we are in our essence is changeable. There's those moments where we do move from one tone, to another. One moment to another, we can be two different things, is what I was thinking of. Now, as we're moving into the book, we had this here yesterday. I'm still feeling it's the same style and feeling of the energy of what the book is meaning. Is that secret journal? Is that, it is still learning things, but writing down what you're experiencing in your reflections and what you're feeling in your workspace and bringing that into the thought and making a meditation of it, of reflecting on self, learning more of that inner self, growing what is your inner knowledge and wisdom. Highly likely you've been through many, many different types of book studies, reading, all sorts of things like that. Could be indicating too to do more of that, especially if you're in that learning process studying now. Now, I'm not sure you want to ask, okay, what do you want to ask? Because this is a general card reading. I don't do the question time at this time. I go through this thing, but that is okay. Is shifting realities true? Yes. Sorry, your English is bad. That's it's fine. We're not all English as a first language, so it's lovely that you're popping in. I do feel that, and this is where I'll get to that. So, looking here at what you're doing with your reading and your writing, I do feel you're needing to be doing something that's actually in that form of a written down. So read a book or writing your own and do that contemplative type of, looking over what things mean for you. Now here, when you ask Riaf, the shifting realities, it certainly is with the mask as that outcome as well, or the central part of our spread, the different realities that we can tell ourselves, are they always true? Are they, we're living our life as in us, we are the one that is central to our life, which is logical because we're the ones in this body that are living it. We can only see things from our own perspective. So here, if we've got our and we do put our masks on for those different purposes, if we're needing to hide who we are because it feels unsafe, or because we just don't want to reveal something of ourselves in the vulnerability of doing that, that we can keep ourselves masked for a lot of the time that we move through our waking day. Our sleep, however, reveals to ourselves those inner truths that our soul is speaking to us, and that itself can open what is the true reality for us to give us some of the answers for what our day may have been. I think there are times now, here on this cheek is the sun, here on this cheek is the moon. I might just lift that up and give it a closer look on the camera. As you can see, it is I imagine it's actually almost the east, northwest, south, or however you say it, northeast, southwest. It's just directions. There is more than one facet to this mask. And as you can see at the top with that crown, the jingles, it's almost like it's a jester's hat that's up the top there, but it's not, because that's almost, to me, it's feeling like that's the burst of revelation of being able to awaken yourself to what is your own truth. In this instance, it's the glowing light that's our connection with our cosmic self, our soul, whichever way you want to feel that energy of this mask. It's bursting past the barriers of what is, how you are hiding that inner self in it. If you see the glow within that, the eyes part of the mask, it's the shining out from the eyes, but it's the bursting forward. It almost feels like the bursting forward today from that central light that's up the top in that crown area. So as we're actually coming to feel the complete energy of our day, it is feeling like there's some revealing of who we are as far as our true self, that inner essence. So be ready for that, because it can present those more probably giving you the juice for writing in your journal as far as how you're feeling and what it's actually telling you, giving you as lessons in revealing some of those sides of you that you wanted to keep secret, or you're choosing to actually reveal, and allowing that light to burst forward that's from that inner soul of you. So, it really is taking that step of trust in yourself, moving into your day. Every time we wake up, we're trusting ourselves to be making our decisions on our own truths, being open to others and to that change. As you say, Ref, the shifting realities. Our realities do shift as our thoughts shift, because we're needing to be able, and we all do, we're needing to be more able to open up to and listen to what else is around us, to learn and grow. So by that nature of it, in each present moment, we are shifting our reality into that next step. It might be infinitesimal. It might be just in one instant you have a huge step because something really reveals itself in a dramatic way. It really is living the life with that awareness that we are, each and every one of us, individual, unique, here to learn our pathway, but we are interconnected with others in that journey. So it's like that jigsaw puzzle in a way, but it's even more than that, because a jigsaw puzzle is a flat two-dimensional almost. You're not going to get all the aspects of it. So it's just having that knowing and trusting that we are that part of what is the whole, and our one little, our self is an important part of it. Otherwise, there's a hole in what is that bigger piece. So trust self, be the best person that you can be. And until tomorrow for tomorrow's card spread, thank you for being here. Oh, and I just realised that Kirsten, you're here as well. Good morning. It is so lovely to have all of you here. Thank you for being part of this daily card reading. And for those who are watching in replay, thank you. Do share around that this is on in the mornings for those you think could use this help in this tool. It is only a tool. The biggest part of living any of your lives is connecting with self. It doesn't matter what tools you use. Find what suits you. Join in if you want. Share it out that this is on. There may be others that suit you better, that you feel more connected with. Or go buy your own deck of cards and do that for yourself each morning too. So thank you, Sarah. Feel I've completely summed up your day, and you haven't even lived it yet. So it's great. Thank you, Veronica, as well. Thank you, everyone. So namaste.